Happy New Year's Eve to your moms and them. We're going to talk about what we are looking forward to the most in 2025.
Welcome back to Stuff and Whiskey. I'm Erin.
I'm Josh, and we want you to have a safe and happy New Year's. So be careful out there. We say be good, do good. No drinking and driving.
Drink good whiskey, but only drink responsibly.
Yes, we want people to be safe on New Year's Eve.
Yep.
That's when this video is releasing if you're watching it after the fact. If you're new here, Erin is a social sipper. I am a whiskey nerd, and that's the context that you're going to get this information from. What we're talking about is the whiskey stuff that we're most excited about in 2025, as well as whiskey stuff we're leaving behind in 2024. Channel stuff we're most excited about in 2025. Channel stuff we're leaving behind in 2024. And at the end, we'll touch on some personal stuff we're excited about in 2025 and some personal stuff we're leaving behind. So let's go ahead and get into it. We have some pours in our glasses here to represent the year ahead and what we're most excited about. So what are you most excited about whiskey-wise for 2025? And what are you drinking?
Okay, well, what am I drinking? Quintessential Cedar Ridge American Single Malt Whiskey, the quintessential.
Show that.
Oh. Gotta show you guys.
Yeah, hide your face. Hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your face. There you go.
Did it focus?
That's it, yeah, you're good. So, yeah, Cedar Ridge Quintessential American Single Malt.
So, and this is one of the reasons why what I'm looking forward to for 2025 is experimenting with drinking more single malt whiskey. Through our channel, I have found that I really do appreciate a good single malt, international or American. I like them both. So I'm looking forward to drinking more of that. I'm also looking forward to, this kind of might slightly tie in with our channel, so should I wait?
No, you can, if it's whiskey related.
It's whiskey related. Okay. I'm looking forward to drinking a few more cocktails.
Oh, you did tell me about this prior, and you did say that was more the channel thing. So you should wait on that.
Okay, forget I said that. Redacted.
I thought you were talking about the other thing you said.
No, that's the channel thing.
Okay. I thought you were talking about the community.
I'm done.
I thought you were talking about the community thing.
That's the channel.
Oh, okay, all right.
Okay, so whiskey-wise, I'm looking forward to experimenting and branching out into more single malt stuff.
All right.
The end.
I am drinking a Southern Collective Spirit Company called Churchill, and this is a cigar blend that they blended up. And if you don't know Southern Collective, they are an operation here in Nashville, Tennessee, which we always say if you come to Nashville, Tennessee, which has become a little bit of a destination location, you got to go to Nashville Barrel Company, and you got to go to Southern Collective, do their walking barrel tour. It's amazing. This is a blend they put together that has 5-year MGP in it, but some of it's been finished in grape wine barrels and Amburana, which I am not a fan of.
Interesting that you like that.
However, I was up there and got to try this fresh out of the vat, and it was freaking great.
Interesting.
So whiskey-wise, what I'm looking forward to in 2025 is just fun stuff. Like sometimes a hobby can get really stuffy and we can get focused on like limited editions or allocated. Yeah. And so much of this hobby to me is just about having fun with friends.
Yeah.
And it's not nearly as fun if I'm just sitting at home drinking things by myself. I want to have fun this year, and things like that are the perfect example. Also, things like that have Amburana in the blend, which I typically despise.
You do not like Amburana finished whiskey.
And it completely won me over. Like, this bottle is killer. So you're talking about a small company not a lot of people have heard about. The bottle is absolutely gorgeous.
Pretty.
Also, I should mention, I'm looking forward to barrel picks as well. When we've done a lot in 2024, we have a Cedar Ridge barrel pick that released right before Christmas. And then we have a Southern Collective rye coming up that's releasing soon. So we got some barrel picks, and you can get those through our Patreon community down in the video description below. Yeah. So if I was smart, I would have just had us both drinking our barrel picks. But
no, I really wanted a single malt.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. But yeah, the quintessential double oaked bourbon that we picked, awesome.
Yeah.
The rye, multiple people now who are on the pick have put it up against Thomas H. Handy and blinds, and our rye pick.
Southern Collective rye?
Our rye pick from Southern Collective has beat Thomas H. Handy. So I would definitely recommend joining the Patreon if you want a bottle of that. Yeah. Or a couple bottles of that. There's not many to go around, so I'm expecting that they will go quick. However, just tasting fun stuff like this throughout the year is going to be fun, and the community that we have being more, just continuing to be engaged in that and having fun with them is always a blast. And barrel picks. Last year we did close to 40 and we still have...
You're bleeding the lines now into channel stuff.
Oh, well, okay, that's fair.
Let's go. Let's move into channel. Things we're looking forward to.
Go ahead. You go.
For the channel stuff.
You go.
You go, because you were saying barrel picks.
No, you talk about it.
Okay. So I'm looking forward to growing like our community more. Like we have, to your point, we have a really good Patreon community, and I've really enjoyed going on barrel picks, meeting the Patreon people in person. Like it's so nice to put a face with a name or an actual name with a screen name.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that a lot. That's become one of my most favorite things about this channel. I can drink whiskey without the internet. Like, I can drink whiskey with you.
You probably won't drink whiskey without the internet. You'll probably just drink whiskey.
Honestly, I'd be drinking wine.
Yeah.
If we didn't have a channel.
Or cocktails.
So I can drink whiskey whenever. I love the fact that we're drinking whiskey with our community, and that's the most fun thing. So I think that's the thing I'm looking forward to the most in 2025.
Yeah.
For the channel. Also drinking more cocktails, because we have some cocktail content coming.
Yeah.
And that is where I started my whiskey journey, was drinking old fashions. And then I gradually graduated from cocktails to drinking neat whiskey. However, I started with old fashions. So we will have some old fashioned content coming. And that just... That's exciting for me.
I mean, I might as well spill the beans now.
Yeah.
We're going to do an old-fashioned series of old-fashioned head-to-heads.
Yeah.
So old-fashioned battles of different recipes versus our recipe, because I have a recipe that Erin says is the best that she's ever had.
The best.
And I want to... Look, I don't have any pride over this thing. I
do.
I want to continue to improve it, so I want to find elements, and we did an old-fashioned video that just went off like gangbusters. That's not why we're doing these videos, this style of content. We just genuinely like it. We'd rather just try a bunch of different old-fashioned recipes, and why not do that on the channel rather than on our own time and share those findings with you guys.
So we'll be taking recipes that people put in the comments of that first video.
Yeah, and future videos.
And future videos, and doing a head-to-head of them with Josh's recipe. So I'm looking forward to that very much.
It's going to be a lot of fun. There'll probably be about a video a month on Tuesdays related to that.
Yeah.
So be on the lookout for that.
So it's the hunt for the best old-fashioned recipe.
I'm excited about that. I'm also excited about barrel picks, excited about fun bottles like this, like I said. Channel-wise, though, I'm excited about the barrel picks. That's like, to me, my favorite thing to do. It's my favorite product in whiskey. And just doing more barrel picks. This year, we're going to do less because, as I was saying, you were saying I was bleeding in. But we did close to 40 last year. This year, we're going to dial that back.
Last year being 2024.
Yeah. And we're going to dial that back a little bit this year, do a little bit less. We still have close to a dozen that still need to come out, over a dozen that still need to come out that are going to bleed into 2025. And we're going to do one around our annual event, our annual gathering, which we're having here in Nashville, Tennessee for our Patreon community. And you can find our Patreon in the video description below, where we have the tickets available if you'd like to join in on that. It's a Patreon get-together for Stuff and Whiskey, a weekend full of fun, barrel picking, whiskey tasting, dinners, events, bottle shares, all kinds of stuff. That's down in the video description below. And it's going to be a really good year, I think, in regards to barrel picks, events, hanging out with people, having fun, some of the cocktail content and things like that. So, I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I feel like we've really found our stride in content and editing and just all the ways that we do the channel stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm just looking forward to sustaining that. Like, it feels like we've just got our sea legs under us.
Yeah, like about 3 years in, we finally figured out a good recording schedule. You have a good editing process down.
Yeah.
And so it seems maintainable and sustainable, which is great, because we're really looking forward to getting to that point.
Yeah, you did say two words that mean the exact same thing, but I like how they played off each other.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. Now, whiskey stuff we're leaving behind in 2024. Is there anything that you can think of that you're just like, you know what? I'm kind of done with that.
No.
I thought that would be your answer.
I don't think of anything. Nothing comes to mind, no.
For me, it's just I don't need every release of everything.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know,
and I think you've realized that this year. That's a big thing you realized in 2024 that I think you'll carry with you to 2025.
And it's as much a testament to our Patreon community and being able to share things. Like, if I get something, I don't need all 750 milliliters of that. I can share some of that with someone else and try some other things, and like can be a balancing act of like getting things around the community.
Yeah.
And you know, maybe you have a great local system that you can get plugged into, and we would absolutely encourage that, because nothing beats sharing whiskey in person. But if you don't, and you're looking for a bigger network of people like we have through our Patreon, then that's what I do over there.
Yeah.
I share stuff, and I've kind of said it, like I always just wanted that Cheers, the old TV show, you know, the Cheers
where everybody knows
thing.
your name.
Yeah. And I have that in our Patreon community, and I love that.
Yeah.
So I'm leaving behind a little bit more of the FOMO.
Okay.
As far as like all the releases of all the things.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Like I know I like barrel picks. I know I like a few staple products, and I know the limited releases that I like, and then the other things that catch my eye. I'm the shiny object syndrome of every new thing coming out. If it doesn't fit what I typically like, I'm good. I don't have to have it. So.
So what are you leaving behind for the channel?
I think I'm leaving behind. Well, to be fair, let's go ahead and open the kimono a little bit here.
I don't know if people want to see all that.
If you will. I've developed processes and rhythms and things like that have made it more efficient on the channel end. I think if I'm leaving anything behind in 2025, it is the stress to edit tight, and like the more natural interactions are better.
That's who we are.
Yeah.
And I think, may I speak freely?
Yes. The last point I was going to make is like...
Oh, no, it's to your point, though, before we move on.
Okay, go ahead.
I think you have in the past let the comments of people saying, this video's too long, kind of get to you a smidgy bit?
No.
Okay.
I counter them in the comments.
But I think internally you have internalized that. And we, as a couple, if you come to our house... Josh is a talker. I don't know if you've watched any of our videos, if you've noticed that. And we will talk and communicate, and that's what we do, and that's the style of videos that we produce. And that may or may not be your bag, and that's fine. Like, if you don't want to watch a 30-minute video, cool, don't watch it. But I think you are going to just let us be us, and there's going to be less restrictions about how we are, who we are.
Yeah.
And I like that. I'm looking forward to that as well, because I like it when we're just us.
Yeah.
It's better.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's, I think at the end of the day, you got to think about like pacing and what the overall goal is. And our overall goal with this has always been to feel like we're sitting down, sharing pours with friends, with you guys, and that's what we want to do. And editing super tight or, going super in-depth, it doesn't always serve the purpose of what we're trying to accomplish with the videos.
Yeah.
So I think the channel is going to get a little bit, basically like the channel is 4 years behind, 5 years behind regular life. Like, in 2020, some things happened globally. Everybody got a little bit more comfy. Everybody started putting on their sweatpants and got a little bit more relaxed. Channel's going to get even more relaxed in 2025.
Oh, okay.
And we're just hanging out. We're having a good time.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for. And that's all we care about.
Yeah.
So
if you don't like a 30-minute video, you don't have to watch a 30-minute video.
we'll rarely have 30-minute videos.
I'm just saying that. Like, we will have shorter videos because...
The videos are going to be what they're going to be.
Yeah, and I like that. If the topic doesn't require a lot of conversation, it won't have it.
There you go. We got there in the end. Shoehorning our content into some kind of prepackaged box of ideas, not going to happen in 2025. We're just going to be us, and that's it. So,
the end.
I think that's your leaving behind too, right?
I mean, you're in control of that.
But is there anything channel-wise you're leaving behind in 2025?
No, I like how I am on the channel. I mean, I'm just here, y'all. I just show up and I drink and I talk about it. Maybe I will try to listen more when you speak and not tune out. Because sometimes
She's not going to do that.
Sometimes I do that. But, like, that's something I have to consciously not do. So it will be work. But I'll try to do that.
All right. Personal stuff for our regular viewers and the people who are part of our community and maybe interested in this 2025. What are you excited about and what are you leaving behind?
Okay, so if you are a regular viewer, if you're part of our Patreon, I think you know that I started my own business at the end of 2024. And I'm really looking forward to hopefully growing that in 2025.
So if you're looking for writing content, you need a writer.
Yes, I am a content writer. I've historically worked in the healthcare industry, but I can write all kinds of content. So blog posts, website content, landing pages, all that kind of stuff. So I have a content agency that's for small to medium-sized businesses who maybe don't have like a content writer or a team of writers or a marketing team. They have a marketing team, but maybe they don't have somebody strong with writing. I'm there to kind of fill that gap, or at least that's why I created the company. I'm looking forward to building that business.
Yeah.
And I think what I'm leaving behind is not promoting myself. I'm really bad.
Well, that's really bad for a business owner.
Correct. And you have kind of inspired me because I'm really bad at self-promotion. And you were talking to me about when you had your photography business, how you had to spend a lot of your time as a business owner was actually talking about your business. And I have to get over that fear of like people judging me and people.
Oh, you're leaving behind.
I'm leaving that behind.
The fear of self-promotion.
Yeah, I'm leaving that behind.
I thought you said I'm leaving behind self-promotion.
No. I'm leaving behind like not self-promoting.
Okay.
Like I'm going to start promoting my business because how will people know about it if I don't speak about it?
True. And here's the thing too. Just like this channel, like when we produce content here on the channel.
Yeah.
Like, why do it if it's not of some value to us or you guys or whatever? And ultimately, it has to be of value to you guys. Like, you make this channel what it is by watching, by commenting, by liking the videos, by participating, by joining the Patreon, all those things. Yeah. At the end of the day, are we offering something of value with our opinions? Are we bringing a new opinion and a different take to the market or the space of YouTube whiskey videos that wasn't there before? I think we are. And people are free to disagree with that or not, but I think the way we do blind tastings, the way we're unbiased, the context that we bring to our opinions, I think that matters. Just like, the value that you bring to the market with your writing, it matters. So
well, thank you.
When you're focused on the value that it brings rather than it being about you, it's not about you at that point. It's about the people that you're helping.
Right.
And
it makes it easier to talk about it when I remove myself from the equation for sure.
Right.
But it is still hard for me because it's my business. I don't want to seem like self-promoting, but I'm leaving that fear behind. I'm leaving that fear of being judged behind. And I'm just going to go for it and see what happens.
Have you ever seen, what's that movie with Liam Neeson?
Neeson.
Is it Taken?
Oh.
Have a particular set of skills.
Yeah, like, I have seen it.
You have a particular set of skills that have been honed.
The girl who played his daughter, Maggie Grace, she went to my high school in Ohio.
Really? Interesting.
She was younger than me, though.
All right, that's stepping on my point.
It was a cool thing.
It's interesting. But what I'm saying is you have a particular set of skills you've honed over the years. Yeah. And it is to other people's benefit that you use those skills and make them available to you guys.
Okay, so, let's talk about you now. Yeah. What are you looking forward to?
Oh, it's the same thing. This is like a resolution thing for me every year. I don't really make resolutions, but I just every year try to be mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, I try to grow a little bit in all of those avenues.
Do you have a specific thing in each of those categories? You don't have to say what they are, but when you do that, do you pick like a specific thing in each of those categories that you want to grow in? Like, have you heard of like SMART goals? Like measurable, attainable.
But to answer your question, it's more about making progress than getting to any point. It's enjoying the journey.
Okay.
So
I'm just wondering because for me, vague goals are no good.
That's fair.
I'm not good with them. I need like a specific goal.
A lot of people do like concrete goals, and that's not me. Like we're not trying to get to 30,000 subscribers or 50,000 subscribers this year or anything like that. We just want to produce good content and do things better and more true and more authentic to ourselves.
But we're talking personally.
I know.
Okay.
But also every day I want to live better and truer and more authentically to myself. And that's if I can show up like that, and I don't always show up like that. Sometimes I show up and I just clock in and clock out for work or clock in and clock out for my life. I just go through the day and go through the motions, and being more present and focusing on being a better person. Also, I will say, I should probably add this in. I am making it a point in 2025 personally to get connected with more hobbies.
More hobbies?
No, listen.
Oh, Lord.
More
Lord, help me.
More interests. outside of just work and whiskey and life and family and
watches and cars and shoes.
No, here's the thing.
And pocket knives.
Hang on, I've deviated from a lot of those.
Okay.
You know, like here lately, I've been getting back into my car thing, and I've been researching and learning about something I've been wanting to research and learn about forever.
Yeah.
Which are Porsche 911s. I've been interested in those.
Let's not get into the details.
I've been interested in them since I was a child, and I didn't know people would throw out different like 993 versus 964 or whatever. I've been researching all that stuff, and I find it interesting and fascinating, just like I've this past year researched all the Four Roses recipes, so that when I hear them, they don't just sound like Greek to me. I actually know if someone says, hey, I have an OESF, I know exactly what that is versus like an OBSO, you know?
Yeah.
And that was Greek to me, just like 9/11 speak was Greek to me a year ago. I've really enjoyed...
You know, like I'll watch like serial numbers.
And movement numbers and things like that, so... You know, this year going forward, I just want to focus a little bit more on being intentional about having leisure time, because I'm a little bit, I can get a little workaholic-y, you know, so I can get a little...
What do you classify as leisure time?
Doing things for myself that I enjoy, whether that be watching football or studying about, you know, Four Roses recipes or 9/11 model designations and things like that and differentiations. I just want to focus more on that.
Okay.
Like, have a little bit more fun in 2025.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I'm also in a new position at work and working like a dog. So balancing that, like work-life balance, is a continual challenge for me. So that's part of it as well. But yeah.
Okay.
Let us know down in the comments below, whiskey. Well, if you have a channel, you can let us know that too. But whiskey and personal related, what are some of the things you're looking forward to in 2025? What are some of the things you're leaving behind in 2024? This is just hanging out, having fun. We're going to do more of that in the year to come. So.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. We really would appreciate it. It does help us out, and it's free, so we'd love that. And subscribe if you haven't, if you'd like to. And I think that's it. Yeah. So be good to each other, do good, and we'll see you next time.
Be good, do good, drink good whiskey.
Cheers.
Cheers.